Hey, so I haven't made a video in a while since I've been working on a piano piece and it's been taking me a while to finish it. I've just been sort of preoccupied with it, but I just wanted to share a bit of a mushroom breakthrough that I had, I think a week ago. Yeah, it was like 7 days ago. But basically the story was I was trying to break through to get into like the mushroom hyperspace. So it's kind of similar to DMT hyperspace, but kind of less aesthetic in my eyes, but like it's not to like belittle the experience because comparing mushroom hyperspace to DMT hyperspace is just like trying to compare to infinity. It's sort of hard to do, or the scale has to be sort of understood so you don't sort of get the wrong impression of how beautiful it was, because it was insanely complex and beautiful. But DMT is just something that you can't compete with visually. But anyways, so I had a batch of like 7 grams dried that I bought from a friend, and I also had a batch of pretty potent fresh ones that were drying. So at first I tried 40 grams fresh of the potent ones, and I didn't lemon tech it, so it wasn't really that strong. Like, the experience was really intense, but like it's not as strong as it could be if I did lemon tech it, because lemon tech, you get the advantage of having a slow release instead of, or no, you get the advantage of not having a slow release, because with slow release, if you were just to chew it, it takes longer for it to all hit you, instead of lemon tech, which hits you all at once. So at first, that trip was okay. It was a strong one. It would have blown my mind if I was like a beginner sort of, but it wasn't really what I was looking for since I'm a little more experienced. So then I tried 5 grams lemon, or not lemon tech, but orange tech, which is just orange juice instead of lemon. They're both acids, so they both work the same. And so I tried that, and it was actually pretty weak. Those mushrooms were actually quite impotent. I guess they were a shitty genetics, or probably old. But I doubt old mushrooms lose that much potency. Apparently, it retains it pretty well. But I just had like sort of dream-like visions that weren't even hyperspace, and like no patterning visuals almost. It was very dull and not too great. But then the last experience that I did to try to break through was with the potent fresh ones. I had some dried, and it equaled to about 5.3 grams. So 5.3 grams dried. So I grounded that up into a powder and then mixed it with orange juice. So I did the orange juice lemon tech type thing. And that was basically, that one worked like a charm, like for the third time. Basically, it started off as like a slow-paced sort of DMT style visions, like in the closed eye, and then I started to have sort of an out-of-body experience that sort of created really insane depth effects, where it felt like I was really, really high up on like a mountain, or like a building or something like that. But I could actually feel like the vividness and like the realness of it. Like I was actually feeling vertigo, like fear of heights, because it was so lucid and sort of just very very real. Like, it's hard to really explain actually. But so I started to feel myself pretty much merge with the room that I was in, or like the visions that I was having. Like, that's one of the common effects of being in hyperspace, is you feel like your body sort of encompasses all of the experience, or it sort of becomes the experience, and like you sort of lose track of having a physical corporeal type existence. As I said, the visions were like insanely beautiful, but as I admit, it's not. That experience at least wasn't as aesthetic as most of my DMT visions. But like shroom hyperspace visions can get really complex and like very beautiful too, like almost paralleling DMT. But like DMT is just way too wild and way too perfectly put together, and it's just so loud and explosive. It's hard to compete with. It's definitely the climax of the experience. So I definitely feel like DMT is one of the essentials, just because it's like the main vein, or like the center of the black hole, or the singularity. But that's pretty much it. Like this experience satisfied my need to sort of explore the hyperspace realms, because like I feel like when I'm away from it too long, like I feel like I feel like I'm missing adventures and stuff like that. Like I feel like I really want to explore the place. Like it's really nostalgic for me, and it really feels nice to see it. But that's pretty much it.
Subscribe.